Okay, hi everyone. I'm back for a reading lesson. Some of you already watched my math lesson for today, Monday, March 30th. I am back for a reading lesson. The first thing I want to do is make sure that you all have the spelling page. This week we're talking about the long I sound. You can make it by using I, IGH, and Y. So the only assignment you have for spelling today is this page 19, and it's just separating when you say the word like night. Does the I sound come from I, IGH, or Y? And you're just going to put the words where they belong under there. So I'm just going to go through the words quickly with you. First one is night, kind, spy, child, light, find, right, high, wild, July, fry, sign, by, and why. So those are your spelling words for the week. I just have you working on one page every day, and you don't have to take a spelling test. What I hope that you will get out of this is that just remembering when you're reading, if you see an I, IGH, or Y, it could make the long I sound. Okay, so that's just your spelling. Reading today is pretty basic. It's our Monday, so it's our first day of reading. Typically, we go over the vocabulary, we talk about the genre of the story, and then usually the smartboard reads it aloud to us. But today, I think I'm going to be that person who reads it aloud. So, if you have your reading book with you, perfect. If you don't have it, go ahead and pause me, go get your reading book, and you're going to open to page 48. We have a new story called Luke Goes to Bat. And we're just going to look at the vocabulary quickly. So I have my reading book in front of me, and that's why I keep looking down to see where we are. The first word, vocabulary word, is practice. This is a story called Luke Goes to Bat. So all you baseball, softball lovers, you're going to love this story. Practice means, it says if you practice hitting the baseball every day, you'll get better. Just like they say, practice makes perfect. Practice your math facts. That means keep doing it over and over again so you improve. Number 2 is hurry. The soccer player hurried to stop the ball. Means he moved really fast. Number 3 is position. The batter is in position to hit the ball. That means he put his body in the correct place or the correct way so he would get a good hit. Number 4, roared. The crowd roared loudly. Now, they're not going to sound like lions. When a crowd roars, it means they all yell and scream and clap at the same time. It's a pretty cool sound. Extra. The extra players for the football team sat on the bench. Extra means they don't need every single player on the team to be on the field at the same time. So you're going to take turns, and the extras are going to sit on the bench and wait for their turn to go in. Curb. After skating, the girl rested on the curb outside her house. Curb is the place between the grass and the road. You kind of sit up on it. It keeps the cars from hopefully going on the grass there. Number 7 is cheered. The audience clapped and cheered as the players scored a goal. Cheered means you say good job, you yell, you scream, whatever you need to do to let everybody know that you did a great job. And final, when the game ended, the final score was 4-2. Final means the end. So that's your vocabulary for the week. Your assignment for today is just to do one of the vocabulary pages. Don't do 2. It'll be too much. You'll get tired of it. So definition, sentence, picture. You know where to find those in the back of the book. Remember, if they have an ending like ED on it, don't use that. Go to, for example, hurried has an ED on the end, so you're going to use the base word, hurry, and write the definition there. So if you turn your page, you'll see our skill this week is sequencing. You guys are all really good at that. We do sequencing in our writing all the time. We talk about different steps on how to do things and make things. So if you're at home and want to make a peanut butter sandwich, what do you do first? What do you do next? What do you do last? Really important when you're reading a story that you have things in the correct order. So go ahead and turn to the next page. We're on page 52. This story is realistic fiction. It's a story that could happen. All of these events could be true. Now, this particular story hasn't happened. Maybe it has, but it wouldn't be the same character names. But realistic fictions mean it could. So, the essential question at the bottom of page 53 says, why is it important to keep trying even if something is too difficult? We talk about this a lot, don't we? How people learn differently at different points of time. So, if somebody's a better reader now, it just means you'll catch up later. If you keep working at it. If you give up, then it's a different story. And I know none of you will give up. So keep working hard and you will get it. So this is Luke Goes to Bat. The author and illustrator is Rachel Isadora. And I'm going to read it to you and you can follow along with me. You can just pretend I'm the smartboard. Okay, so we're on page 54. I'm just going to read it through. Remember, our first read on Mondays, we don't really stop and ask questions. We just get familiar with it and we do the vocabulary. Tomorrow, we'll reread and we'll talk about some questions and dive into it a little bit more. Here we go. It was Brooklyn. It was summer. It was baseball. All day long, the kids on Bedford Avenue played stickball in the streets, except for Luke. When you're older, his big brother Nicky told him. Yeah, he's just a squirt, one of the other kids said, laughing. So Luke watched the games from the curb, and then he'd practice. He threw a ball against the wall next to the deli. He practiced his swing over and over again, and he ran as fast as he could up and down the block. He wanted to be ready when it was time. And at night, when the Dodgers were playing, Luke hurried up to the roof where he could see the lights of Ebbets Field. When he heard the crowd go wild, he imagined his favorite player, Jackie Robinson, hit a home run. Someday, Luke thought, I will hit a home run too. Finally, one morning, the team was short a player. Frankie had to go to his aunt's. Who we gonna get? Hey, said Luke, what about me? Everyone was quiet. Ah, come on, said his brother. Give him a chance. We got nobody else. Well, he better not mess up. They put him in left field, and no balls came his way. So he just stood there. When it was his turn up at bat, Luke took a few practice swings. Then he stepped up to the plate. I'll show him, Luke muttered. The ball whizzed past. Strike one! Luke held the bat a little higher. Strike two! Luke was barely in position when the next ball flew past, and the catcher yelled, He's out! You stink, Luke heard. He got up to bat one more time, but struck out again. Sometimes it just goes that way, his brother told him. Frankie came back in the afternoon, so Luke spent the rest of the day on the curb. He was sure they'd never let him play again. Grandma was in the kitchen when he got home. I finally got a chance to play with the team, Luke told her. Grandma could tell that the game hadn't gone well. Well, not everyone plays like Jackie Robinson all the time, she said. Not even Jackie Robinson. Luke didn't smile. By the way, Grandma said, are you doing anything tomorrow night? Luke shrugged. Well, if you're so busy, someone else will have to go with me to the game at Ebbets Field. What? You mean a real game? Grandma held up 2 tickets to the game. Ebbets Field was ablaze with lights, but this time, Luke didn't have to imagine the game. Oh, thanks for taking me, Grandma, he said. They watched the Dodgers and the Phillies battle it out. The game went into extra innings, and by the time the Dodgers got up to bat in the bottom of the 14th inning, the score was still tied, 8-8. With 2 outs, Jackie Robinson was up. The crowd roared, Come on, Jackie, Luke yelled. The pitcher threw a curveball. Jackie swung. Strike one, the umpire called. The pitcher wound up. He threw a fastball, and Jackie missed. Strike two. 3 balls followed. All eyes at Ebbets Field rested on Jackie. The Dodgers could still win. Luke shouted with the crowd, Give it to him, Jackie. You show 'em. Jackie looked around from under his cap, and then he dug his feet into the dirt. The pitcher began his wind-up. You can do it, Jackie, Luke whispered. You can do it. And suddenly, Luke heard the loud crack of a bat. And when he looked up, the ball was flying over his head, flying over the scoreboard, flying over the walls of Ebbets Field. The crowd went wild. Luke stood up on his seat and cheered. You showed him, Jackie. What a game, Grandma said. See, you can't give up. Even Jackie Robinson's got to keep trying. Luke didn't answer. When Luke got home, he ran up to the roof. The lights were going out at Ebbets Field. Come on down, it's bedtime, Nicky called. And just then, Luke saw a ball laying on the ground. Look, he said, picking it up. This is the home run ball that Jackie Robinson hit tonight. Nah, that's just some old ball a kid hit up on the roof, Nick said, laughing. And then he went downstairs. And that's when Luke saw him. It was Jackie Robinson himself. I hit that one for you, kid. Before Luke could say a word, Jackie ran to the dugout to join the other Dodgers. But he looked back one more time. Hey, kid, he said. Your grandma was right. You can't give up. Thanks, Mr. Robinson. The final lights went out at Ebbets Field. Luke looked down at the winning ball and smiled. I won't, he whispered to himself. And he didn't. So that's the end of the story. We'll talk more about it tomorrow. Today I just wanted you to hear it once. And remember, your only assignment for today in reading is to do one of the vocabulary pages. I gave you 2. Just do 1 today, and we'll do 1 tomorrow. Let me know if you have questions. You can email me. You can text me through Remind. And remember, I'm always on Zoom every day from 10:30 to 12. You can video chat with me, and we can take care of any questions you might have. Hope you're all doing well. Have a great Monday. Remember, it's pajama day. Are you in your pajamas? All right. See you all.